Now, Hero MotoCorp only recently introduced the new VX2 series of scooters to its electric scooter portfolio from the VIDA subdivision brand. It brings the total amount of scooters, the total lineup of scooters to 5 to choose from, and these new models, the VX2 models, you have 2 of them. One is the VX2 Go, which is the smaller battery pack, just a single detachable 2.2 kilowatt-hour battery pack, and it is the new entry-level model from the existing lineup. This scooter that we have out here today, here in Bangalore, this is the VX2 Plus. This sits just below the top-spec V2 Pro model in as far as pricing goes, and we're out here to check out what the scooter entails, how they've configured it, and what it has to offer you. So let's get right to it. So in terms of design, as you can see, not a lot to really write home about because it pretty much resembles the V2 model that we've already been accustomed to as far as the face and everything is concerned, the lighting elements. Well, that's as far as the lighting elements are concerned at least. And the panels are all new, and overall this one looks a lot more sober than the V2 models that execute some funkier cuts and creases all across. Now this one looks a lot more mature, and the LED lighting units at both ends show you that this one is still part of the VIDA family. The screen and the switchgear layout on the handlebar is unique to the new VX2 models, and well, you have a smaller 4.3-inch LCD and color TFT units on the Go and Plus models respectively, and while keyless ignition isn't an option on either, instead you get a rather flimsy key to handle the matter on both these VX2 scooters. Now, like the older V2 models, these new VX2 models are also able to utilize Ather Energy's fast chargers and network, which is rather convenient. Now, when it comes to features, the VX2 models get a good bunch of them. And the aspect or features that differentiate the VX2 Plus model from the Go variant are: the Plus model gets a disc brake up front while the Go gets a drum. Well, it sports a 4.3-inch TFT unit versus the Go's 4.3-inch LCD screen. And most importantly, the Plus gets 2 1.7 kilowatt-hour detachable battery packs, while the Go gets just the one 2.2 kilowatt-hour battery pack. Now, range is something that we couldn't test on this ride due to the short schedule with our vehicle, but Hero claims that the Plus can run a little over 140 kilometers IDC with its 3.4 kilowatt-hour battery pack, while the Go can manage 92 kilometers on a full charge. Now, both scooter variants take little over 4 hours and just under 3 hours to charge from 0 to 80% SOC respectively, and you get Bluetooth connectivity, turn-by-turn navigation, music controls, call alerts, and a lot with the pair. Now, ride features on the VX2 Plus model include 3 ride modes: Eco, Ride, and Sport, while the Go variant, well, it misses out on the Sport ride mode. And you can even park with assistance, and there's also a boost mode that is best effective in Eco mode. So let me explain this particular feature. So picture yourself riding casually in the most economical ride mode, which is Eco, and you have to execute a brisk overtake to get ahead of that pesky, fume-spewing tank truck ahead of you. Now, the scooter behaves as unathletically as it would in Eco mode, but if you open the throttle past a certain degree, well, the scooter gives you all the shove it can for you to carry out that overtake ASAP. And it works all the way up to the top speed of the scooter. And I like the fact that you can also decide when the regen kicks in with some negative throttle input. In terms of seating and spacing, nice and upright riding position. It is a family-focused scooter after all. Good amount of foot space, good amount of room. Well, this is the frunk, this is an accessory, it is not standard fitment. But what I really appreciate about this scooter is the seating. Now, this is a single piece seat, unlike the split seat that you get with the V2 model. And I find it quite comfortable if you have to move in front or behind. If you're sitting alone, you have enough room to move around and it doesn't get very uncomfortable. The VX2 Plus feels very nice and light and easy to change direction at all speeds. I found the brakes to be very good and the overall ride quality very impressive at all speeds as well, except for a little judder on the handlebar at around 70 km per hour. I was particularly impressed with the setup of the monoshock at the rear, but the overall functioning and smoothness of the scooter is very commendable. Now, if you've been following up on the electric scooter scene out here in India, you will have noticed that most, if not all, the VIDA's features may already exist in some of its competition. Still, there's one very unique bit about the VIDA VX2 models. Something that sets this scooter apart from everything else, all the other electric scooters that are currently available,
out here in India is the fact that Hero is giving you the option of buying the scooter as a whole, or you can buy the scooter and not own the batteries, and you lease the batteries from Hero and you pay per kilometer of your usage. That is called the BaaS plan from Hero, or battery as a service. This is really unique. We've not seen anything like this out here in India. So price wise, for the lower spec Go variant, you pay around 60,000 rupees with the BaaS plan, and without, where you buy the entire scooter, which includes that single battery, it'll set you back by around 1 lakh rupees. And for the higher spec version, which is this one, the Plus, well, it starts off at 65,000 rupees and with the BaaS plan, and goes up to around 1,10,000 rupees without.
So Hero's BaaS package isn't a battery swapping plan at all. On the other hand, it is basically Hero leasing you their batteries to run your scooter. If you go in for either model with the BaaS plan, well, you currently have to pay 96 paisa per kilometer with the Go and 1.2 rupees per kilometer with the Plus. So with this BaaS plan, you won't be charged on the number of times you actually juice up the battery, but on the amount of kilometers that you have run using the battery instead. Also, if your battery's capacity drops below 70% of its functional capacity, Hero says that they will swap them out for new units for free. There's also a 5-year warranty or a 60,000 kilometer cap on the battery, as well as some critical components as well. There's also an assured buyback percentage on the ex-showroom price of this scooter. So, resale value, if you're worried about that, Hero's got you covered there as well.
What Hero have done with the new VX2 series of scooters is basically give customers some more choices as far as buying the actual scooter or EV adoption is concerned, because you have, yes, the option of buying the scooter downright with the battery packs as a whole, or you have the option of just buying the scooter and leasing out the battery through Hero and paying per kilometer, which is a very unique proposition, and I think it works, and that should really give you a good amount of thought and choice on offer if you plan on getting yourself an EV in this day and age. It all depends on your uses, of course, and yeah, if you're confused about that, you can simply get onto the Hero site, and they have an estimate or a calculator wherein you just mention the amount of kilometers you expect to be traveling a day, and it will recommend a model and a configured model depending on your usage and your riding scenarios. So that's really unique, and in my opinion, as far as seating goes or the running goes, it is a really nice scooter to ride. It's really comfortable, good amount of space, and what Hero have done with the space management is really outstanding according to me. Of course, I can nitpick saying fit and finish levels on certain parts of the scooter, like floorboard, some of the switchgear, not up to par in my opinion, but yes, overall it is a better built product, and Hero have certainly improved on the fit and finish qualities over the V2 models. Now hopefully this will carry on